just wish he knew.
Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel for a new LEGO military video, today with the CH-53 Super Stallion from United States of America. If you follow me from ages, you probably know I already built this helicopter before. You can find it here in the right top corner if you are curious, but I made it really many years ago, and finally it was time for an update. Well, actually, upgrade. Overall is a almost completely new design. Now I'll show you all the features this helicopter has. There are many things to check, so the video will be probably a bit longer than usual, but please watch the entire video because here I can show you everything present in the project. But before starting, as usual, a few reminders for who is new. In the caption of the video you can find the link to download the instructions to build the helicopter, a link to buy the parts, cheaper parts if you want, but still high quality. Another fast reminder, here immediately you can notice some bright green parts. You can change this color with anything else you already have. These are not visible, well, here are visible because we don't have the roof, but later I'll show you better what I mean. Or for example, they are stickers or printed parts, like this one. And you can change them with anything else you want. Maybe you want a dedicated sticker, maybe you want to print the stickers yourself, maybe you don't care to buy this kind of printed part because it's more expensive. It's up to you. So in bright green there are parts that can be or not visible, like this. This will be covered by the roof later, I'll show you. Or are customizable, so you can choose the one you want. Same here for the instruments. As usual, please remember to leave a thumbs up if you like my project, because it's very important to me and for the algorithm to work. You can also comment and let me know what you think about the project when you finish checking the video. And now I can show you all the features. One last thing, it's not a reminder but something interesting probably for you. If you buy this project, you will not get only this version of the helicopter, but also what I make next. In this case, later on, I'll add also the CH-53, the pave-low version of the helicopter. You can see here an image about it. So if you like this variant, will arrive later on, included with this one. So you can decide to modify this one into the pave-low version, keeping the same color, the same camo. Or will arrive also a different camo, dark bluish gray, with that modification. Now we can finally start checking everything. This project is huge, will take probably a while. Let's start checking maybe the inside first, so we can later on cover the roof and close everything and check the outside. About the inside, of course, we have here the controls for the helicopter. This one is in minifigure scale as usual, so you can fit minifigures inside. Here I placed some minifigures just as example. Of course, these are not included in the project. You can use the minifigures you want. These are here just, you know, to let you see this is in minifigure scale. So here we have the pilots. We have the space here for the troops to walk inside. Here we have the hole, you know, for the ropes and so on. Here we have the seats for the minifigures. They can sit inside here, so you can place one here. Here we have a random hand. Sorry. This is how it looks like with the minifigures, but if we remove them, sorry, we can also raise the seats, so you can open here this way to have more space, and inside here you can fit things like this little rib. This one is included in the project. If you like the bigger one that I made for the CH-47, later on I will probably upload a dedicated video and I'll share it as free instructions. That one cannot go inside the helicopter, of course, because it's larger, but you can add it below the helicopter with ropes. But let's concentrate on this for a second. So this one is a little rib, is very simple. Of course, also this one is in minifig scale. So if you take a minifig, it can sit inside if the program help us. Okay, perfect. So we have this little, propeller here that can go lower if you want. So I'll show you. This one can be pushed lower this way, or now it's raised simply because this one can go inside here. I think it's a very nice addition. I like it, and it's here. Maybe we can open the ramp, push down the ramp this way, and you open the first part of the ramp. Then you can raise this part of the ramp up until here. Okay, from the inside you cannot see anything, but here is open. And this is how it looks like with the ramp open. Not only that, but I added another feature. Here you can open the ramp even more this way. I think it's very nice, I like it, and I suggest you to add this. But if you do not like it, you can also do not add this part, that's up to you. But this is how it looks like with the ramp fully open from the outside. I think we can close the roof. As you may notice, here we have many tiles. This is needed to connect and disconnect the roof more easily. So this way you can disconnect the roof and check the inside. Of course, also the engines here on the side can be easily disconnected and you can check better the things inside. The roof is a single piece and you can connect it here this way. And at this point, I think we may connect the rotor as well. The rotor is pretty detailed. Here we have a ball joint. This one is needed for something, now I'll show you. The ball joint goes inside here, and once it's connected, I think we may start checking the rotor just because we are here. Everything here is connected on this ball joint. It means you can move the rotor in whatever direction you want. So you can of course rotate it 360 degrees. So it does rotate as a rotor. It's a rotor, so rotates. But you can also get this little inclination here, for example, to this side, or maybe we can get it to this other side, and so on. Of course, you can move it as you wish. Of course, it's limited because we do not have so much space, but you can get the inclination like the real helicopter. Just a few details very fastly. Here we have some sensor. We have some sensor. Here is the refueling pipe. We have retractable landing gears that I'll show you. We have more sensors here on the top. More details everywhere. I really love the engines. These are the same kind of design I already adopted for my previous variant. Here is a little bit modified, but overall the same. We have an exhaust here, more details here. On the tail, we have another rotor on the back that of course can rotate as well because it's a rotor this way, so this one can rotate as well. We have a door on this side. This one can open first lower this way, so you can open this one in this direction and you can open the higher part to the inside. This way you have the door fully open, but actually you can also open half of it if you want. So you can open only the top this way, and see, it's half open. In this case, it's up to you. Now I want to open everything so I can show you better how it looks. Here it's the inside, and here, as you may notice, we have a connecting point. This one is needed for this one. Okay, so this is another detail you can add. This one is needed for the troops with the ropes and everything. Of course, if you don't like it, you can also do not add it. On the other side, we have another window. In this case, it's not a door, it's only the window that can open inside this way. And here you can see the connecting point for this minigun. So if you want, you can also add a minigun here. This one again is connected on a ball joint. So just like the rotor, this one can be moved in any direction thanks to the ball joint, so you can move it as you wish. What about the other one? In this position, so you can remove this part and replace it with the minigun if you want. See? This way. Now, at this point, you can add a minifigure sit here. Here we have the minigun with the minifigure. One last thing, here we have the beacon lights, the red for the left, green for the right, and here another beacon light on the top. About the moving parts, this one has two main configurations to check. The first one is the flying mode with the landing gears retracted, that I can show you immediately. In this case, you can also get the stand. You can find the free instructions for it on the channel. I made an universal stand for aircraft. You can use it to place this one on the top if you want to, show it in the flying configuration. For the landing gears, it's quite simple. Here we have the front landing gear can simply be pushed inside this way, and then you can close the front present here. This one is the cover, so you can open up more or less like this. Well, on the program as usual is more tricky, while in real life you have fingers, is much faster, but more or less this is what you have to do, and you can close it. Pretty nice, pretty hidden, I think it's very nice. While for the back landing gears, this one is even more simple. You don't have covers for the wheels, you can simply push them inside until they stop this way and you are done. Here the fuel tanks are actually disconnectable, so if you do not want them, you can also disconnect them. You can also remove it if you don't want. Now you can cover it later, but it's more customizable than it may look at first. What else we do have that probably will take time in digital, while it's much easier in real life, is the closed configuration, because this helicopter can fold on aircraft carriers to save space. Now, you have already seen some photos before, so you already know how it looks like once it's completely closed. But here I want to show you how to get to that result. So I will not waste my time and your time, especially doing the work process, but I show you the main parts you have to follow to fold everything. For the main rotor, to fold this one, you have first to find the point where the hinges go in opposite direction. For example, this one folds to the left side, left side, left side, right side, okay? So you start from here, where you have opposite direction, and you move them this way. One like this, and the other to the opposite. Once they almost touch, now here they are colliding, not touching, but completely colliding, you are done. At this point you can close all the others. For the last two, one goes here, see? This one goes a little bit too much outside. How you can place this one under the other blade? Here we have this part that can change the inclination, and then you can of course move it lower and close this one more, see, and go below the others. You can do the same to the other side, and at this point you have them closed. What about the rear? Because also the tail can close. First you have to disconnect this one. First raise this up slightly. At this point this one is disconnected and you can remove it. It's faster. You can simply remove this part. Completely close this part of the tail this way. If you want to close it even more, you can also remove this little part here. You have to remove 3 parts. These parts are needed to stop the tail from folding by itself. You have one here, one here, one here. See? These 3 parts here. Now we can fold up everything. First, you have to raise this one up this way, okay? At this point here we removed the stopper. You can move the tail this way. Not only that, but removing the other stoppers, we can move the tail also this way up. with fingers, as usual, is faster. Let's do it as fast as possible. So you have to rise up until you can, completely this way, up until here. And at this point you can finally close all the blades up until they, touch the fuselage. Here on the program I cannot properly see if I'm doing it well, but more or less should be something like this, no? I'm going faster, but you can close and rotate it up until you get the position you prefer. I hope you enjoy it with all the features I tried to add, and I really hope you also like the new version more compared to the previous one, that you can still find it here if you are curious about it. And the video is finished. I know it was a little bit longer than usual, but I hope it was worth it. If yes, remember to leave a thumbs up. Again, it's really important for me. Remember that in the right up corner or caption the video you can find the playlist with more projects like this one. So if you like it, you can check also the others. And as usual, see you again next week with a new video. Bye.